Hey, it was Adam for Textbook Now One here, and EA Sports Mud on Tuesday had a question and answer session on Twitter, answering some of the fans' questions about Madden 15. Now, I know a lot of you guys do not follow them on Twitter, a lot of you guys don't have Twitter, and a lot of you guys have Facebooks, but this was only on Twitter on Tuesday, so I decided to go ahead and make you guys a video answering, or not really answering, just pretty much repeating what they said. I'm going to be a puppet right now, and I'm just going to repeat the question and the answer they gave. So let's go ahead and get into it. Somebody asked the first question. They asked, Billy, who is the highest rated Dolphin in the game? And Billy said Cameron Wake with an 88 overall. So Cameron Wake should probably be an amazing player. He was great last year, but because of his high finesse move and his speed was a mismatch for most left tackles and left guards, and he just didn't care about anybody. He got to the quarterback with ease. So Cameron Wake is the highest Dolphin in the game for you Dolphins fans. The next question somebody asks is, in a single item viewer, will it show you all of the sets that card is in? Can you scroll to the select set? And the answer is yes. Now, that is pertaining to the new, I believe, collections they're calling them. So that is what a set is, if you guys are not hip with the lingo. The next question somebody asks, what is the highest rated rookie? And he said 82 overall, Jadeveon Clowney, and he's a gold card. So that's kind of crazy to think that Jadeveon Clowney is a gold card. I don't think last year the rookies got too high overall, so kind of promising to see right there. London asks him on Twitter, on the new items page, when an item is a part of multiple sets, will you have the ability to pick which set is added to? So this question is kind of important because a lot of people didn't know if you could control which collection your card went into, but you can pretty much decide whether or not you want to put that 82 overall gold card in that collection or in that collection. So you have the control from a user from that standpoint, so that's pretty good right there. The next question somebody asks, what is the overall of Aaron Rodgers? And we saw that card yesterday. He is 89 overall, the second highest rated quarterback in the game, a quarterback that I believe might be the best in the game depending on if the blocking holds up. Somebody else asks, in MUT 15, can you buy more than one contract at a time? Yes, you can. You can apply contracts to your entire team as well. So that's kind of cool. And there's a lot more questions pertaining to contracts and injuries that come up during this session. So stay tuned for that. Someone else asks, are there going to be collectibles in Madden 15 like there were last year? And they say yes, but a lot less. If you guys didn't know how many collectibles there were in last year's Madden, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. During the draft promo, right, there are 32 teams. Each team had a collectible. 32 times 32 is like 1,094. And that was just with the path of the draft stuff. So imagine how many collectibles in that game if you did the entire math. So yeah, collectibles last year were overdosed. They sucked because you wanted complete collections, but they forced you to buy packs or go to the auction block and overspend for them. So hopefully this year, it's not 1,000 based off one promo. Like 1,000 the entire game might be awesome. If it's 1,000 off of one promo, that is going to be horrible. Just horrible. What is the binder limit? And that is an important question because last year it was only 1,000. This year it is up to 1,200, and I don't even think it should be that full. Last year you would go to your reserves full because you were holding the cards in hopes they'll be in a collection, but maybe this year with the ability to pretty much put all of them in a collection at once, along with having to see what cards go in collections and it being much easier to do, and hopefully them releasing a bunch of collections this year, I do not think your reserves or your binders should be full, and I'm hoping that 1,200 should be enough because 1,000 wasn't enough. I filled my reserve space up really fast. I think out of 2 50-pack bundles, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too full this year. I may be wrong about that. Maybe wrong. It may not release as many collections. I hope they will, but I'm hoping they're going to. So the next question a person asks is, will fantasy cards be green and will playoff cards be purple? And Billy replies, 4 tiers, multiple programs, simplifies auction search. Now the programs I'm still not used to. I don't know how that's going to affect the color of the cards, but we already seen Elite Legend, so I don't know, maybe only 4 tiers, be probably fantasy, elite, maybe playoff, and probably maybe ghost. I don't know. We'll find out when the game gets released. Actually, no, 4 tiers would be gold, bronze, and elite and lit. I don't know. We'll find out when the game gets released. I'm not going to try to guess that one. It's still up in the air. Maybe somebody in the comment section below can explain that better than I can, but I have no idea what the multiple programs will be at all. None whatsoever. This next question is important as well. Somebody asks, will contract/injury cards still be used? And he says injury items are gone. contract simplified. So they pretty much remove injury cards from the game. And he explains in another question, pretty much your guy can still get injured in a game, but injuries only last one game. I don't know why they got rid of injury cards. Maybe, I don't know why they did. I'm trying to think like a reason why they decided to get rid of injuries, because, or maybe they probably couldn't fix the injury glitch. Like that's probably one of the major reasons why. So if you guys played Madden last year, you know the injury glitch was a major problem. Your guys get injured doing the simplest things. So maybe that's why they got rid of it. So it looks like injury cards are no longer going to be in the game, which is awesome. Now, what are they going to replace that with in the pack? We'll find out very, very soon, hopefully. The next question we already know the answer to. Somebody asked, will there be legends in the game day one? And of course, we've seen that it's going to be the Warren Moon, the Michael Irving, along with the Jack Ham, and potentially maybe Rod Woodson. We'll find out when the game gets launched, or maybe more information gets leaked. And again, going back to injuries, somebody asked, are injuries totally gone? They said, yes, injuries only last one game, like I said earlier. After that, they are healed. So no more having to spend 15,000 coins on an injury card because they're being price fixed on the auction block. Even though you could have bought them in the store for 100 coins, and that was kind of tedious. That sucked. That didn't make no sense to me whatsoever. Now, this next feature is kind of cool. Somebody asks, can we search players by name on the auction house? And the answer is yes, you can. And I don't really care about searching players on the auction block because I can get more specific by searching for the team and stuff like that, but I'm hoping that translates over to collectibles. It was very tough trying to find a certain collectible because they did not separate them. You wanted to find an elite collectible for no team, you had to sort through all the Thanksgiving collectibles that were there, you had to sort through all the Super Bowl collectibles that were there, along with sorting through some team and player collectibles. It was just a mess. It was horrible. It made going in the auction block, finding cards ridiculous. You couldn't really snipe anything because you wouldn't see cards that were posted for 24 hours because everybody was posted for 12 hours. So a 24-hour card that was on the auction block, you just couldn't see. It was just a mess. It was just a mess, just like this commentary is going to sound right now. But it just make no sense to me. So I'm hoping that translates over to collectibles as well, because it'll make it a lot easier, especially when they do multiple collectibles for teams. Because last year, I'm trying to think, was it the Cowboys? One team had a bunch of fantasy collectibles for the fantasy collection. And to find the one you're looking for, you had to sort through, like, I think 3, maybe 4 weeks of stuff. And it just was horrible. Just a horrible idea they had last year. So this one seems to be very, very promising, that we can now search by the player name, hopefully by the collectible name. Somebody else asked, do you guys plan on doing a lot of promos for MUT this year? And of course they're going to. They got to make that money. Another question asks is, what is the best feature fans will like? And of course that is going to be adding cards to sets, making them easy and some repeatable. We're going to make items valuable all the time. So I'm hoping that actually works out in theory. If it doesn't work out in theory, there's pretty much nothing they can do outside of just releasing a bunch of collections to make cards valuable. So hopefully the repeatable sets work. If not, I guess we will never know how to fix the problem of making cards valuable. I don't know. I don't know. Peter Jaguars is on here asking, will you be creating cards for players outside of their natural position? And they said no promises, but we know that we're a hit because people love that Calvin Johnson free safety, and people love that Donald Penn tight end, even though that card's a glitch. That card is amazing, but it's a glitch, just a glitch. Another interesting question somebody asks is, has the bidding system been changed or modified at all on the auction house? And they said they were going to release info about that next week. It'd be kind of cool to see them change that. I don't really care for the live action bidding like FIFA has, where you can pretty much reset the timer every single time. That'd be kind of annoying because they will go on forever. But I just do not want to see people have the permission or be allowed to post cards for an hour and then remove them when it gets down to the last 30 seconds. That's just not fair to the people who spend their time trying to buy that card for cheap, or snipe I should say, and the guys who get away with it are trolling, and it just doesn't seem fair. So I feel like if you post a card to the auction block, you got like 5 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to remove that card. That'd be kind of fair to see, but you shouldn't have the last second option remove it. It's been up for an hour. Now if you post for 24 hours, you can't remove it at all. But if it's only for, if it's an hour, you have the permission to remove it. But if it's anything over an hour, you can pretty much kiss that card goodbye. So nothing really needs to change there. Just don't let people have the permission to troll you on the auction block. That wasn't too fair whatsoever. And those are some of the questions that were answered during this Q&A. I really enjoyed seeing that you can now search players by name on the auction house. That should be a helpful feature if it works for collectibles. I want to see the information coming out next week about the new bidding system. Please don't be like FIFA. People say FIFA's amazing, the bidding fee. I just don't like that at all. I don't like having the ability to basically keep resetting the timer. It's like 14 seconds, and you can pretty much bid for 5 minutes or bid for 16 hours. Like, that just doesn't seem to be very, very intriguing to me whatsoever. So anyway, folks, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys found it informative. Now, I know I pretty much repeated the information you guys can get by following them on Twitter, but I know a lot of you guys do not follow them on Twitter, and a lot of you guys don't really have Twitters or Facebook accounts like that, so you really can't log on to check this information. So I'm kind of like a puppet in a way, but I'm my own puppet. I don't know why I keep saying puppet. Anyway, folks, that's the video. I'm the Texas Boy, and I'm out of this mother bleeper. Peace.